I wanted to talk about this rifle over here. This is a Marlin Model 60. This is a 22 rifle, and everyone should have a 22 rifle. And this is one of the best ones. This rifle has been in continuous production since 1960. Over 10 million of these have been made. This particular rifle I bought in, it was made in 1979. I bought it in early 1980 at a Kmart. Remember Kmart's? And the rifle originally came with a cheap Tasco 4-power fixed scope on it. So the rifle and the scope was $49.95. Now I don't understand. I don't understand how I remember that, because I have trouble remembering our anniversary, and the wife can testify to that. But I still remember, just like yesterday, buying this gun. Maybe it's because I like a bargain, because this is a bargain, at least back then. I also want to mention that last year in 2020 there was a proposed constitutional amendment to the Constitution of Florida, the state I live in, and it was an assault weapons ban. Luckily, our state Supreme Court they wouldn't allow it on the ballot because it was too vague. They didn't mention that it was unconstitutional, but under that assault weapons ban law that almost ended up on our ballot for 2020, this is an assault rifle, because this tubular magazine here holds more than 10 rounds. And as an assault rifle under that proposed law that, thank God, never got on the ballot, this rifle, after that law went through, I would have had to have gone somewhere and registered this particular rifle. I would have had to have my fingerprints taken. Pretty much the same thing I had to do when I bought my machine guns. But even worse, under that proposed law that, thank God, never made it to the ballot, once I died, this gun would have to go straight. My son, who would normally be the heir, would have to take this rifle and give it right to the police to have it destroyed, because there was no provision. There was no provision for the once the original registration, the guy that registered the gun, when he died or she died, there was no provision for transferring it anywhere else, even to an heir. So thank God that never went through. But this is what a lot of these liberals out there, including Joe Biden out there, this is what they want. This is what they're going to consider to be an assault rifle. So Joe Biden wants to take away our Marlin Model 60 rifles along with our AR-15s, and he's given 300,000 M4 carbines, which are machine gun versions of the AR-15. He's given them to the Taliban. I mean, Joe Biden has just become the biggest arms dealer to terrorists in the entire world. I mean, he's bigger than Russia, bigger than China, bigger than Iran. And he's got the goal to try and take our guns away from it. That bastard Biden, he should walk up to my front door right here. I know he wouldn't be able to lift his legs up our stairs. I know he wouldn't make up stairs. He should stand on the bottom of our stairs and have one of his Secret Service guys knock on my door, and I should open that up, and he should say, "Hey, Scott, I got an M4 carbine just for you so you can protect yourself from the bastards that I gave 300,000 of them to, because I think you should be able to defend yourself." But that won't happen. Anyway, I got to get back to this. This is a semi-automatic a rifle. It's a straight blowback rifle. It is a tubular magazine fed rifle. To load it, you just twist this thing here. I mean, come on. You twist this and you pull this out. And you put your bullets, your 22 long rifles in here. You see the base of the bullet goes here. You see this nice little cutout here? That's for the base of the 22. You just sort of slide these babies in until the last bullet is going to be right up here. You'll see the last bullet. This particular rifle, because it was made before, I think, 85 or 86, it holds 18 rounds. After 85 or 86, I can't remember which date, they shortened, Marlin shortened the barrel, and they shortened the magazine, so you can only carry about 15 rounds in them now. And that was because of a truly screwed up law, I think from New Jersey, that limited, it was one of the first laws that started limiting magazine capacities. Come on, baby, get in there. So you load the ammo up here, up to 18 rounds, and then you just you put this back on there, and there's a plunger in here with a spring, and that's what puts spring pressure on those rounds you loaded. Okay. Of course, when you're doing this, this thing is going to be pointing down range, and you're going to have your safety on. This has a basic cross bolt safety here. When it's on fire, you will actually see a little red ring on the side here, so you know that it's for fire. And when you flick it on safe, it locks the trigger so you can't shoot it. That's your safety on this gun. This particular rifle is one of the earlier rifles, and it does not have a bolt hold open. So when your magazine is empty, your bolt will go forward and you'll just click. On the later guns, I can't remember what the cutoff date was offhand. In the later guns, they actually have a bolt hold open on the last round, and there's a little lever that you get to push. That's a bolt release, but not on this gun, because this is one of the earlier guns. And you know what? This gun has fewer parts than the later guns, and I think fewer parts is better. Simple is better. Anyway, now this thing does not have a bolt hold open on the last round, but you can manually open it. You pull this back and push down. You push down on that handle, and it'll hold the bolt open for you. Usually what I do is, until this gun gets really grungy, is I'll take some dollar store WD-40 type spray, lubricating spray, and I'd spray all this stuff down to sort of flush out all the garbage. And then I would also run a patch or two down the barrel. What is nice about this particular gun is it has a very accurate barrel on it. This rifle is extremely accurate. I used to shoot with the 4-power scope. I used to shoot tennis balls at 50 yards easily with this thing. I mean, offhand. This particular gun is death to squirrels and rabbits. In fact, one of the reasons why I bought this gun is, if you look on the stock here, you see embossed on the side here is a squirrel. Because this gun is made to go after squirrels. Whoa, be careful. And you also see the little embossing over here. The stock on this gun is sort of like pressed wood. It's not much of a wood stock, but it is a wood stock. It's hard to get a wood stock even on a Ruger 1022 nowadays. After 41 years, you're getting a little bit of wear on the stock on this finish. I don't know what this finish is. I gotta find somewhere where I could touch this up, I guess. But that's about all the wear on this particular gun. It's been a really nice rifle to me. This was not the first rifle that my son shot. The first rifle, I had to buy him a Davy Cricket rifle, because this one was actually the stock was too long for him when he was 7 years old. So I got him a Davy Cricket rifle, but he has since outgrown that rifle, and this is his now. Now what's going to happen is when he turns 18, I'm going to give this to him. Luckily, the law changed in Florida because of our Republican governor at the time, Rick Scott. He was one of those spineless Republicans, and he was going to run in 2018 to be our senator. So he had to pass some gun control laws, so he could get a couple of Democrats to vote for him. But it never works. If you're a Republican, if you try to do liberal things, you're not going to win any Democratic votes. You're just going to lose Republican votes. But he squeaked by, and he managed to beat what's the guy's name? I can't even remember his name anymore. He was a Democrat senator, and he just barely squeaked by and beat him. Bill Nelson. And I voted for Rick Scott over Bill Nelson, holding my nose, because Rick Scott was about this much more conservative than Bill Nelson. Bill Nelson was really terrible. Anyway, so we're talking about this gun. I keep talking over and over. I love this gun. I used to shoot it, like every time I went to the range, I put a box of ammo through it. When I bought this gun in 1979, you used to be able to buy a 50-round box of 22 long rifle for less than $1. I mean, it might have been $1 with tax. Nowadays, I've seen them at a store. I've seen 22 long rifles for $8 a box for a box of 50. That's crazy. I just don't get that. But once I got the machine guns, I sort of slowed down on shooting this because I was so busy reloading to keep the machine guns running that I just didn't have a chance to shoot this very much. But like I said, when my son turns 18, I'm going to give it to him because according to one of the laws that Rick Scott, our Dick with Ears Republican governor at the time, what he did is one of the laws he passed was raising the age to own to buy a firearm from a dealer from 18 to 21. But if someone gives you a gun, it's legal at 18. In Florida, if you're 18, you can legally own a handgun or a rifle, but someone has to give it to you. You can't buy it, which is freaking stupid. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed looking at this beautiful rifle here, this one of 10 million out there, and if you ever want to get a nice rifle that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg like a Ruger 1022. I like 1022s. I just don't own one because they're too goddamn expensive. Anyway, if you want a good rifle, get one of these. You might be able to find one of these in a garage sale in a state, as long as you're in a state that lets people sell guns without going through a dealer. Florida is one of them, thank God. You might be able to find one of these really cheap. You might even be able to get it for the same price I bought this when it was new, $49.95. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I'd like to thank my beautiful wife back there for filming this for all you people to see and make nasty comments to. Thank you very much, Miriam.